Yes, hello everybody. This is Ray from Race United, and I'm back, guys. I'm back. Today we're gonna talk about a lot of things. So you better get strapped. If you're watching a recorded version, listen, don't forward because you're gonna, miss some things. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna miss some things. So just keep it on and enjoy because listen, this is a type of video that a lot of people would want me to do, and I am doing it. I'm touching on so many different things. And listen, just hang on and let's see what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got so many things I want to talk about today. For instance, I am gonna talk about the Chinese bartering of cars. Now that is something that when I saw today, I thought, you know what? Let me talk about it. And then of course we are gonna talk about so many other things, such as the Pi Network facing fraud allegations. Now that obviously not my words is something that a journalist who works for BSC News, put out there. So, I would elaborate on that. Some people may want some elaboration, but hey, it's an opinion that people need to respect. So I'm going to talk about that. Open Mainnet announcement explained, so I'll explain that as well. And of course, somebody bought a phone with a substantial amount of Pi. Do you know what I mean? So that is sort of the equivalent of the equivalent of the 10,000 Bitcoin that was used to purchase pizza back in the day. And then, of course, we would elaborate more again on the new GCV, which is still rolling, the new GCV. We'll talk about that. And then expectations on Pi today. I will discuss some things. But hey, without further ado, you know what to do. Smash that like button, guys. Smash the subscriber button. Become a member. Put the super chat, super stickers, super duper stuff in there. And let's get this on and cracking. When I come back, it's on. Yes, I'm back. This is Ray from Race United. Smash the like button if you're here. Smash the subscriber button. Become a member if you want to. And let's get this off and running, guys. Listen, if you don't know me, this is Ray. I'm Ray, the guy. So listen, before I do anything, before I say anything, you would see that I'm wearing a t-shirt called Tupac. Now, if you don't know Tupac, he's a legendary rapper. And I'm a staunch fan of his, whether people like it or not. I am a staunch fan of his, so I'm wearing his t-shirt. And today is his birthday, so I'm celebrating his birthday, even though he's passed away. He passed away 27 years ago. So, hey, I'm a staunch fan of his, so that's why. Secondly, my birthday is 2 days away from here. 2 days, which means Sunday, I am not going live. So, if you're here and you know that, Ray's done so much for you, or the channel's done a lot for you, smash the like button, of course, and happy birthday wishes on that day will be cool as well. I don't want an early birthday wish because, it's kind of jinxy, you know what I mean? So I'd rather on that day or a belated one, but not before. But anyway, that's the news I wanted to let you know with regards to me. Enough about me. Let's go to Pi Network. Now, today I'm going to talk about the Chinese bartering of cars. Chinese bartering of cars. Now I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, this is I would say this is a shift. A lot of you aren't surprised because obviously you've seen it. You're not surprised. I am not surprised because I've seen it too. But a few people don't know that there are some transactions which are ongoing in places like China, Taiwan, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, South Korea, India, all these places, Nigeria, all these places are having, Ghana, they're all having a lot of bartering ongoing. But this was major when I saw it, and I thought I have to let people know, especially those of you that don't, follow Twitter, or those of you that are not on Twitter. You may like YouTube, so hey, that's the best place to be. You come on YouTube, I talk to you about things, and I saw it, so I thought, let me let you know. I'm going to show you the picture, of course. I'm not going to hide it from you. So the picture is somewhere here. this picture. So you look at it, and yeah, so I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, so you use Pi to pay for that. And it's interesting to see. When I saw it, I said, well, if we can do that elsewhere, that would be great. I mean, I don't know what rate they're selling it at or what rate people are buying it for, but whatever it is, ecosystems seem to be growing elsewhere. So those of you that aren't seeing anything in your countries or your respective countries, you are gonna know that in Asia, particularly, a lot is going on there. So if you want to know, if you want to be in the epicenter of transactions during this enclosed network, Asia is the place to be, and I think Africa is the second place to be because listen, a lot of people are sort of they're into it. They're in tune with Pi Network when it comes to the enclosed network and bartering. So in China, that is what I saw. Whether or not it can be ratified, I don't know. That's what the person that posted said. Actually, it was Pi News. So, much respect to Pi News. If you don't know them, go follow them. They're good people. Yes. So they said that. And I was interested. I was really, really interested that, they've put out something like that. So again, listen, it is just something that Pi News posted. It's not me. I'm just, relaying that to you. So if you're here and you think, oh, Ray said that, no, I'm actually telling you such and such is what was posted on Pi News. So Pi News posted that, and this is pioneers bartering for cars. And yeah, so you can see there is a banner of Pi with a red backdrop on some cars. Yeah, and people, apparently are buying it using their Pi. So hey, listen, people are using that as a form of payment in countries like China, and that's interesting. If that's the case, that is interesting, and I feel like, listen, a lot of pioneers sort of don't have hope with Pi Network, and I'll tell you that yeah, I do have hope with Pi Network personally. This is just my personal choice. So again, we have to respect people's choices. And when you see somebody saying they don't have confidence in Pi, they have their reasons why they're saying that. Do you understand? And I don't see why people should be in opposition to other people's opinions. So if you see that somebody's saying, listen, they're not happy with what the core team are doing, respect that because they have their reasons. Some people have not been KYC'd as I speak. Some people have not been migrated as I speak. Some people have not even received an invitation to be KYC'd as I speak. So you can't just brush people's opinions aside. That is very disrespectful and that's undermining. So personally, I would say pay attention when anyone is saying what you like or what you don't. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing, which is, Pi being successful and eventually getting into the open network. So yeah, it's interesting in China. And listen, I can tell you that I personally want to know how they're going about it because obviously when you're doing transactions, what you're looking at is what I call the cycle. Do you know what I mean? So there's another word for it. Sorry, recycling. Do you know what I mean? Recycling. So obviously, if they're able to buy cars with Pi, then they should be able to get their goods with Pi. If they can't get their goods with Pi, then the recycling is not taking place. Therefore, there is no economics. Do you know what I mean? So I believe recycling has to take place, and if that is taking place, which means the people they purchase the car from and the people who the people that they purchase the car from are buying the raw materials from are also accepting Pi, then we know the domino would start to fall. But if that is not the case, and somewhere along the line somebody is not accepting Pi, then that domino doesn't work. It will be cut off from the head, and that will not be great. Do you know what I mean? So personally, I have my reservations with that. But if that's happening, then I would say, listen, perfect, and I'll be the first person to put my hands up and say, listen, I respect what's happening in China, and I just need some video footage, obviously from that, to play. And if I'm able to play that, then hey, people should use that as their evidence and ratify it, and also be comfortable with it, and say, well, there is a video supporting the fact that people are transacting for cars, for a purchase of car using Pi. And of course, if the recycling is taking place, like I said, then everything is much, much easier. But if there is no recycling and there's somewhere along the line a breakage, then we can't have that economics ongoing. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, smash the like button while you're here, smash the subscriber button, and don't forget, I will be talking about the major topic, which is Pi core team facing fraud allegations. I'm going to talk about that. I would actually read the thread. And of course, I'll also talk about the 3889 Pi for a phone. I'm going to talk about that as well. Now, those are the two main topics of this live Q&A show. So let me read your comments and then I'll go to the next segment. Let me read your comments, guys. Put your comments through and let me read it. Let's see who's here. We do have Vikings, we have Leonard, MET TV, we have Haydar, Harry Ford. Can these people just let us know what's happening instead of keeping everyone in the dark? It's been too long. Yes, I get it. Good afternoon, Mr. Ray. How are you doing? I'm doing great. From JCJ. Don Max, Anna, Joshua, Pascal, one of the alleged lecture. Listen, that I have nobody ratifying that. I've seen that, but I don't have any news on that, so I can't really get into that. It's just alleged at the moment. So let's see what happens on the 20th of June. I can't refute or accept it. So let's see. Which means I'm just sitting on the fence. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. It happens. Do you know what I mean? I want some Pi coins to donate. Hi, Mr. Ray. What crime have they committed? They haven't committed any crime. Remember, it's allegations, allegations, allegations. Allegations are not guilty. It doesn't mean anybody's guilty of anything. I'm going to explain that. Don't worry about that. It's said that the core team might open the mainnet in China first. What do you think? No, that's false. They can't do that. Great work, Ray. You're doing a fantastic work for the Pi community. That's from Nidromo. And then Ojo here is saying the northern Nigeria is really doing fine with bartering at reasonable values, but the south contingents are really ripping pioneers of their Pi because they have little knowledge about Pi. Yeah, well, that's a shame. Yes, and all right, cool. Salute. Yes. All right, cool. Susan is here as well. Anyway, so I'll go to the next segment, and the next segment I'm going to talk about is 3889 for Pi. Sorry, 3889 Pi for a phone. Now, somebody bought a phone for 3889 Pi. That is ludicrous, you know. So I'm gonna just play the footage for you, and then when I play it, we will. Oh God, did I not send it to myself? That's a shame. Somebody sent it to me. I didn't send it to myself. Let me see. Just hang on a minute for 1 second. So much stuff to do. I forgot to send it to myself. Where is it? Give me 1 minute, please. I'm gonna once I get there, I'll take myself off camera, and then you are gonna yeah, no, I'm gonna take myself off camera for 1 second, please. 1 second. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm back. I can't show you, but one thing I need you to know is that this person, somebody sent it to me. I just don't want to let anyone know who sent it to me. So I'm gonna try and see if I can play it. Yes, I think it's somewhere here. Let me see more. All right. So let's see. Escape. Yep, I'm gonna share my screen with you, and then you will see what happened. All right, share.
Galaxy S20 Ultra لەگەر Galaxy Buds 2 Pro کاکە سیروان پیرۆزبێ
Right, so I'm gonna. Yep, we can see it.
هاتیە 3999 پایلە بۆ خۆمان دەنێرین کاک
So
سیروان
this
لە
is what
سلێمانیەوە
happened. Yep,
ڕاهاتیە یەک
there it
سەرە
is.
شاحنە و یەک Galaxy S20 Ultra لەگەر Galaxy Buds 2 Pro کاکە سیروان پیرۆزبێ هەیەتی.
Yeah, weird. Stop sharing. So as you can see, somebody bought a Samsung Galaxy S23 for 3,880 899. That's actually the figure, 3,899 pi. Now that to me was bemusing when I saw it. I said, who could do this and who's being ripped off like that? I mean, you allow yourself to be ripped off by these people. I mean, it's not good. You know what I mean? It's not good. Don't allow yourself to be ripped off by people because 3,000. You're trying to tell me that it's worth less than $1. That's what it is. The person has just sold his pie in exchange for phone for less than $1 per pie. That's what the person has done. So because that phone is about what, $2,000 or so, or $1,500. Now it's actually half a dollar. Sorry, half a dollar per pie. That's what the person has sold their pie for in exchange for phone. So I keep telling people, listen, we have to be very cautious out there because if you sell your pie, okay, yeah, in this case you haven't sold your pie, you just bartered, and it's a very lawful. I wouldn't say lawful. It's a very correct thing to do. We're all bartering, but barter within reason. I always use that phrase, within reason. You need to barter within reason. Don't let these people use your desperation against you, because once that's done, you've lost. You've lost your pie. I don't know how much that person had mind, or I don't know if it's a facade that they're putting out for us to think that they're doing that just to create clout. I don't know. All I know is that transaction supposedly happened, and it was posted on Twitter a few days ago. And I asked Pi Global to send it to me, and he did graciously. So I applaud him for that. But I don't accept the fact that somebody would exchange their pie for goods for at a price that's not within reason. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those that I'm concerned about. It makes me extremely worried for pioneers who are not that enlightened, yet they do have a lot of pie, and that's all gonna boil down to the fact that we're not in open mainnet yet, so people are desperate. And from now on, I'll actually do my best not to talk about, or not to, even if my source gives me some dates, I'll be very cautious. I mean, in disclosing it. So from now on, if I don't get anything that I believe is concrete, you're not gonna get me confirming anything when it comes to the date of pi, or sorry, the date of the open mainnet, because nobody does know the date. That's one thing you should know. Nobody knows, because the core team haven't openly officially said such and such day is when open mainnet is going to be, which is what a lot of pioneers want to happen. They want them to openly tell us that we are going to be in the open network very, very soon. Do you know what I mean? And if that doesn't happen, then unfortunately, people are going to be so disappointed with the core team. So listen, it's just a warning to all of you. Try not to get yourself convinced or persuaded by anyone to sell your pie for something that is not worth the value of your pie. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so you need to value your pie, because 3,899, actually 3,899, I will change the caption very soon. 3,899 is a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot. So personally, listen, I would tell you, try not to get yourself ripped off by these people out there, because they're going to prey on you. And if you allow that, I know a lot of people are desperate for phones like this. People are so desperate. Like, this is a S22 at the moment, but it's similar to the S23. And listen, don't get yourself preyed upon, please. It is a dangerous precedent that people are setting, and I don't want you to fall victim to it. Do you understand? So let's all be vigilant. Let's all be extremely cautious when we're bartering. That's the most important part of this whole process, bartering. So we should do it. It's important that we do it. It's important that we build our ecosystem. It's important that we make our ecosystem stronger. And when we do that, that is gonna put us in good stead. You get what I'm saying? So that's what we need to do. Let me see what's happening in the comments, and then we will continue. Let's see. Some also have their account frozen for bartering. They received a lot of pie. Oh, okay. I don't know about that. This is what the Ojo said. So Hans said, what would be the pie value in your opinion, with your experience? To be honest, I don't know. I have my own opinion, of course. Let me see. Did you say my opinion? In my opinion? Oh, in my opinion, I don't know, but I wanted to start at between $50 and $100. That's what I wanted to start at. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Whatever anyone says, that's their opinion. We need to respect that. But in my opinion, I want it, or if it could start between $50 and $100 per pie, that's reasonable enough, and that can happen based on what I've seen so far. How many pie in Canada? I have no idea. You need to ask the Canadians. Can you invite Nicholas Okalis to tell us the actual date of? I'm trying to do that behind the scenes, of course. I can't tell you until it happens, but I'm trying. What's up, bro? Love the channel. I've seen videos of bars, grocery stores, and restaurants accepting pie in China and all over Asia and Asia Minor. So there is recycling of pie coin in Asia. Well, the recycling is so important. Derek Davis, so important. And if that can happen, then I wouldn't be worried. I would rather be, over the moon for that. Do you know what I mean? I'll be over the moon. Are you sure people get their account banned for that reason? Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's kind of doubtful. You can't get your account banned just because, I think I will explain that later. I'll explain how people's accounts got banned, not because of the fact that they've had £1,000, 1,000 pie, 2,000 pie, 5,000 pie. No, not because of that. Because it could be that a family member is transferring their pie to another family member's pie wallet. Nah, you can't be suspicious of anyone until proven. And the only way you can prove it, let me tell you, the only way you can prove it is if I am a core team member and I come and disguise myself as somebody that's buying pie for fiat, or buy your pie for fiat. And then if you accept to do that, then once we go through that transaction, you give me your pie, and instead of sending you the dollars or the fiat, I report you to the core team that you're actually really engaging in exchanging pie for fiat. And once that happens, you get your account banned. So I know those are the undercover stuff that could be taking place. So people are asking, how are the core team knowing? The core team are knowing because some of them are posing as people who want to buy. They have fake accounts and they're posing as people who want to buy. You only heard it from Raise United. I'm telling you this. Remember that. So if you're asking how the core team are able, they're using conventional means. How they're able to detect or find out people who have used their pie to exchange for fiat. This is how. Anybody can have an account, whether it's Facebook fake account or just impersonating a different name. and or Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and they would say they'll buy your pie for $10, a piece, or $20 a piece, or $2 a piece, and you'll be ecstatic. You have 1,000 pie. You're like, okay, give me $2,000 for my 1,000 pie, which means that's $2 per pie, right? You do it quickly. Instead of them sending you the fiat, you get your account banned for 100 years, and you'll be asking, how's my account banned for 100 years? Because you went and wanted to buy fiat with your pie, and you got caught by an undercover pie core team. Do you understand? So you heard it first from Raise United. Do not do that. So somebody cannot get banned just because they did that. Their transaction is taking place on our economy, on our ecosystem. It's taking place amongst ourselves. That's bartering. So they can't ban somebody for transferring thousands of pie. No. I can have my family member who's got maybe 2, 3, 4, 5,000 pie in their wallet. I'll be like, transfer 2,000 to me. I want to use it for one or two things, maybe bartering on Pie Chain Mall or something. And if the person does that, what makes you think their account will be banned? It won't be, or my account will be banned. It won't be. I've been giving people pie left, right, center, albeit smaller amounts, but I've still done that. A friend about almost a year ago, 10 months ago, gave me 1,000 pie, because obviously he has a lot of pie just like me, and he thanked me for inviting him to pie. He gave me 1,000 pie. My account is still there. You understand what I'm saying? So no, that's not how it works. A lot of people have gotten under the radar with this exchange for fiat thing, but some of them haven't. The investigations are still there. The undercover operation is still there. So don't mess about. Do you understand? Don't mess about. That's a digression, but it's a good one. So that's a good point. And brief and highlights TV, I'm glad that you've raised it and I've explained it. Open Mainnet explained is the first title in the video changed, or no. I changed it because it's still there. I'm going to talk about it. It's still there, but I changed it because this is also a major topic. Pi Core team facing fraud allegations. I'm going to talk about that. So that's why I changed. I wanted that to be the main topic because it came about down the line sometime today. So, that's what it is. Let me see. Yeah, well, your 5-year-old has been invited to KYC. Well, he can't KYC, unfortunate. And that, remember, the AI make mistakes, and the AI has made that mistake. So this can tell you straight away that the AI is not perfect, right? The algorithm has not been programmed properly. And this is an issue that you can raise with the core team, that is inviting 5-year-olds to get KYC who are not eligible to be KYC'd, and the people who are eligible to be KYC'd aren't getting the invitation. These are things that we can raise with the core team. Raise an issue like that on the what's the name? On the portal, the support portal. Raise an issue like that, Nidromo. It's an issue. Raise it. Because a lot of people want to be KYC'd, but they can't be KYC'd because of the fact that 5-year-olds are getting invited to be KYC'd by the AI. Again, tells you straight away, human beings are better than AI. 100%. Our brain is so complex. It's our brain that we use to make AI. Remember that. We program the AI. So you can't tell me AI is better than me or you. Okay, let's see. Wow, which I'm also migrated to buy some. Let me see. Yeah. So everybody's talking about, that's ridiculous. Yeah, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And that obviously is to do with the fact that somebody purchased a phone with 3,899 pi. That's ridiculous. That's the word. That's the word you can use. Ridiculous. And we need to contact this person and get his head checked out, because it is ridiculous. Absolutely. That's wastage of hard-earned mind pie. Yes. Frank Walter, yes, you're welcome. Let me see. Ray, I notice I'm able to stake once again, but I haven't received my rewards from last year's staking. Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay. Sorry about that, my guy. Is it likely we have up to 2.5 billion pi in circulation? No, we don't. In circulation, no, we don't. Let me see. I'm on the fence about this, and wonder if I should just wait for my rewards from last year's staking, or not because if I wait longer, we'll stake it. When there are no punctuations, it's so hard to read. Guys, can you put punctuations where they belong so I can read properly? Because there are no punctuations, so it's very hard to read. Hanson's Cages said, Ray, can you tell us how many people have KYC so far? I don't have that statistics, to be honest. Those are things you need to ask Eddie Covers and those people. They concern themselves with those numbers, but I don't concern myself with that, to be honest. But you can ask Eddie Covers; he's privy to those type of things. So far, some pioneers ignore what happened to Haslow when he bought two pieces. Yeah. That guy, I think he'll be pooping himself by now. To be honest, he will be pooping himself. Like, what the hell did I just do? What the hell did I do? He will regret it for the rest of his life, and he will never be rich. I'm sorry, that's not a curse. That's just people who are impatient. Impatient people can't be rich, because even if you're impatient and you get $1 million, if you were patient, you could have got $10 million. Do you get what I'm saying? Patience is a virtue that a lot of people don't have. I can tell you. MET here saying, Mr. Ray, I just tagged you to a post on Twitter now regarding the core team preparing 52 million pi for migration. Yeah, that's not a lot. 52 million is not a lot. Please, how true is that? It's not a lot of pi, but it's okay. But that's what they do. They periodically get it. Listen, anyway, statistically, they periodically, and these are again Eddie Cabas's field. He loves these type of things. But I can tell you this: periodically, they do posts. They do send these pi into the core team's wallets, and then they'll transfer it, and then people will be able to get migrated with it. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, so it's gonna be cool. Randall Burks has made a point which I want to read. I called a car company in Houston yesterday. They accept Bitcoin and Ethereum, etc. I asked them if they will accept Pi Network, and they messaged me back this morning and asked what car I was interested in. Are you sure? If you're sure, call in, and when I'm doing the call-in show, call in, and we'll have a conversation about that, because I'm gonna allow you guys to call in very, very soon. So when the call-in starts, Randall, please call in and explain this, because come on, man, I would love to buy me a car with Pi. These are the type of things you want to do. Help the ecosystem grow. Let's use our utility. You know what I mean? So I can get some car from Houston and get it mailed to me here in the UK. I'll get me some Jeep. Do you know what I mean? Or what Jeep? I'll get me some pickup truck. Pickup truck. Yes, so I can go through the rugged terrain of Scotland anytime I go up there. Do you know what I mean? So, Randall, let's have a conversation about that. I would love to have a conversation with you about that. Mr. Ray, it's been a long time. I'm back. Pioneers from Ghana says hello to you. Yes, hello to Pioneers from Ghana. Hello to you too. Yes. Augustine here saying it's your boy Austin, Mr. Ray. Yes, Anigo Augustine. Nice to see you. Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray, please, still waiting. I'm hoping I get KYC invitation. Listen, let's tell the core team to ensure that they don't. Now listen, let's tell the core team, because they're inviting 5-year-olds now. The AI is inviting 5-year-olds to get KYC. The Nidromo is saying that his son, who is 5 years old, is getting invited for KYC, when people like P Gamer, who's been on it for a long time, I know P Gamer because he's been with me right from the onset, he's not been KYC'd. Do you know what I mean? And that's a shame. That's a shame. MD Yasser here saying, I won't even buy a house for that amount. Absolutely. You need to value that pie. You can't just say, I mean, that's a lot of pie, man. That's a lot of pie. But yeah, buy a house, I think probably I would. But I get what you mean. I get what you mean. You value it so much, MD Yasser, so I get what you mean. I get what you mean. You value it so much, MD Yasser, so I get what you mean. I get what you mean. You value it so much, MD Yasser, so I get what you mean. I get what you mean. You value it so much, MD Yasser, so I get what you mean. You value it so much, MD Yasser, so I get what you mean. Ikpon Wosa, I hope I pronounced it right. Ikpon Wosa says, is it possible for tentative KYC verification get fully approved during this Pi 2 day? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I would rather that happens than any other thing, because I know a lot of people tentatively KYC'd or not being invited for KYC or still waiting. I want them to be KYC'd. You know what I mean? And listen, let's hope so, my guy. Atana here saying monster track for it. Yeah, monster track, man. I'll discuss that with Rando. We will talk about that when the calling starts. Yeah, tag me so I'll share it as well. Tag me about it. It's really cool. Tag me on Twitter. Good evening, Ray. Can't find my total total what on Pi dashboard. Don't know total what. Somebody tell me. I'm having a blank on my brain. I don't know the reason why. Let's like up after your then something. Anyway, cool. And then yes, I'll call in. I'll tag you on Twitter when this live ends. Yes, please do that, Rando. I would love that. Listen, these are the stuff I like. Stuff that people aren't talking about. The most important things. Hence and Cages say you have told that pi value could start at between 100 and how much could it rise after launch? Now, this is something that will be determined by the markets. When it comes to that, it will be determined by the markets, and we have so many factors that determine the price of pi, that will determine the price of pi during the open network. And one of them is scarcity, the next is supply, the next is demand, the next is popularity, the next is enthusiasm, the other one is the sentimental stuff. Do you know what I mean? And obviously circulation numbers and so on. So we have to look at all of that. And yeah, those are the things that could affect the price of pi in a positive or negative light. Anyway, let me go to the next subject. So the next subject is okay, so we let's talk about the new GCV, of course. Yes, the new GCV plus why could that could come into play. During the above transaction, obviously. So the transaction I'm talking about is the 3899 pi. So obviously, if you remember, a few weeks ago I did a live show, and we sort of went through something that was kind of breakthrough, and that breakthrough was what was it about? Even that breakthrough had something to do with the fact that a lot of people are trying to say that GCV, as it were, is $314,159, and I said there may have been a misconstruing of the figure, because in some countries, comma and dot means something else. So here in the UK, it's 1 comma. If you want £1,000, it's 1,000.00. If you go to Holland, it's different. You go to Holland, it's 1.0000, comma 00. Do you know what I mean? So it will mean different things. So as a result, I believe China do have theirs as. So if we're using the comma, they're using the dot. So I believe they use the comma, which in our case is the dot, which means that it may have been $314.16 approximately, and we misinterpreted it as, because it's comma, $314,000, $159. So I devised something and said the new GCV, remember, the new GCV at a maximum price of $314 approximately. And a lot of people agreed with me. They're like, yeah, that makes sense. Remember I said maximum? So, and that should only be in the enclosed network. You can only talk about GCV in the enclosed network. You can't talk about GCV in the open network, because it will not work on the markets. The markets will determine the price based on the factors I gave you previously. But in the enclosed network, because we're bartering, we can say, let's cap it. Let's cap the highest bartering price, depending on what you're bartering on, at $314. So if that's the case, then that could make sense. So minimum of 1 or whatever, 0 point something, and a maximum of 314. So if people can agree within these ranges, then we could come to a consensus eventually. But if we're talking about a huge value of $314,159, then there will be no consensus, I can tell you that, because a lot of people will be thinking wishfully, but it can't happen. I've been consistent with this from day one that I heard this particular value. A lot of people are falling out with me as a result. I think right now, this quietly are coming back to their senses to realize it's impossible, because if you're saying that we should barter at 314,159, if you're selling something and I say I'm going to buy it at that rate, are you going to sell it to me? It means I'll only pay 0.0000 something pi, which in effect is negligible considering what I believe the value in effect, the price of pi would be. Do you get what I'm saying? So I believe this explanation is clear enough. And if you think it's not clear, call me during this live show, because this is the only time you're gonna get me. My birthday is on Sunday. I'm not going to do any live show on Sunday. I may not even do a birthday vlog, because it's going to rain here in London, and the beach I go to often is also going to rain, which means I'm going to be indoors celebrating my birthday, meaning I'm not going to really do any sort of vlog. But on Monday there'll be a live show, so in place of Sunday. So Sunday no live show, Monday there's definitely going to be a live show. So yeah, listen, if you've got any questions, please, when the phone-in begins in the next 20 minutes, please put your questions through, or phone in and ask your questions, or put your contributions across, and we'll discuss it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, super chats are also fine, to say happy birthday, Ray. Take this $10, take this $20, take this $100, take this $1,000. I'll take any money. I don't even care. I'll take any money as a reward for what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? I'll take it. Super chats are fun. Okay, so let's continue. Right, so what was I saying? So yes, so the new GCV, and what I'm trying to say is plus why could it have why could it come into play during the during transactions like that? So instead of that person paying at that particular rate, I don't know what rate they discuss, the person can say, all right, I'm gonna buy the phone at a rate of maximum 314,159. Sorry, $314, $314. So if you say $314, that would mean that if the phone is, let's say $3,000, you're only paying 10 pi. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you should do. No, that is extortionate. That's a rip-off. 3,899 pi. That's a rip-off. Do you know what I mean? You've paid it out. You've paid it out. And right now, I'm worried. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about people who are ignorant and don't know precisely what to do when it comes to these scam bags or these scammers ripping them off. And listen, these things infuriate me. People exploiting on ignorant people. I don't like that. I really don't like that. And it's a shame that we do have people like that in our midst, and we'll always have that, unfortunately. So you need to be vigilant and make sure that nobody defrauds you. Do you know what I mean? All right. So the next one I'm gonna talk. Well, if you have, you know what? Let me see if people have got anything to talk about before I go to the next one. Let me see. All right. I salute you, Mr. Ray. Thank you so much. Hands and Cages says, Hands and Cages. I like that name with some hands around. I love that. Through your channel to core team to start their own exchange. Yeah, I think that would be great. Core team, start your own exchange. Start your own exchange. Hands and Cages say I should use the channel to tell you, the Pi Core team, to start your own exchange. That's gonna help. Can Pi have market cap up to 50 billion? Of course, yeah, of course they can. Of course they can. It's all about transaction, isn't it? Let me tell you a story. So yesterday there was news floating around. If you all know, I support Manchester United graciously, loyally, and it's up for sale, right? But the sale process has dragged on and dragged on. Now, one thing I've noticed about the market is they hear something. If they hear that the other one, which is said Jim Ratcliffe is going to buy Man United, suddenly the markets dip, because that's not what they want. If they hear that Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is going to buy Man United, suddenly it just starts to rise sharply. Now, let's relate that to Pi Network. So if we get on the markets and suddenly everybody realizes that Pi Network is like the new kid in the block, you see them all coming around, because we have to make demand very high and supply relatively low or moderate. And we can only do that by the core team determining how much we can have in circulation, right? And in turn, that would determine the price. In turn, obviously, the circulation number and all that obviously determine the price. right? So if we're able to do that, then we can manipulate the price of pi. If we don't do that, we just release everything into it, then we can't, because then they will manipulate the price of pi based on the recycling process that's going on, or the transactions that's been going on, the demand that's been going on, the supply that's been going on. Do you know what I mean? So that's what they're going to look at. And so it could get to 50 billion, all based on the price of pi and then amount of circulation. So let me give you one hint. So 50 billion, right? So if we have 1 billion pi in circulation, then it will mean that if we have a market cap of 50 billion, that would also mean that we have a price per pi of $50. Do you know what I mean? That's how we can get to $50, or that's how $50 can determine the market cap. You know, whichever factor determines the other, you know what I mean? The arithmetic is simple. So that's how it is. If we have 500 million pi, then it would mean that our in circulation, then it would mean that to get 50 billion, our price would have to rise to $100 per pi to get 50 billion, which we can. Do you know what I mean? We can. But watch a video that I did a few days ago, and that video tells a lot about what PiNetwork could achieve. It's all hypothetical, with a maximum price of 314. I mean $314, not $314,000, but $314. So yeah, good question, and I like that. I hope the explanation is clear enough. Cryptauk or Cryptook saying, do you only mine pi, Ray? Effectively, yeah, effectively. And that's where my expertise lie. I wouldn't say I don't know other cryptos. I do, but I am not as enthusiastic on them, about them, like I am with pi. Simple as that. We as pioneers would must value our pi, starting with ones having goods to trade using pi and the ones that want those using pi. Let's not devalue our pi. Let's give it more value. Absolutely. Revelation. Mr. Ray, good evening. I would like to ask a question. I don't know what each. Okay. I think I say. How can I think it's a typo. How can I retrieve my Pi account on a different phone? I broke my. Oh, you need to remember your password and obviously your email that you use. You can use it to recover, or even your Facebook. You can use it to recover. Other than that, it might tell you to start all over, and that's not what you want. But remember your password. That's the main thing. And your email, of course, if you verified it. Tell the core team to make interfaces of utilities and browser attractive and colorful. Yeah, but purple, the main color is purple and orange, right? So yeah, purple and orange is just dull colors, but that's their main colors. I mean, look at the background here. It's dull, right? If I put Rays United there, let me show you something. If I put Rays United there, you see that's quite different, right? See, that's life. See, it breeds life, right? But when I go to Pi, so dull. So the colors are dull colors, but hey, it is what it is. Let's leave it at that. I know what you mean. The interfaces, Fireside Forum browser utilities are not as colorful and attractive as they could be. Listen, I don't think some big companies, Samsung don't have a good website. I work for Samsung. They don't have a good. Their website is, not great. The interface, but they're still one of the biggest companies in the world. I don't think it matters, to be honest. It doesn't. Ojo tried, but it won't retrieve. Oh, okay. Thanks for the info, though. Right. Let's see. Pi has put people in these positions for people to be scammed. No, they haven't, because they have taken so long to launch this coin. No, they haven't. It's the choice that people make. Patience is a virtue, my friend. Moneymaker 333. Patience is a virtue. If you don't have it, then you get scammed. That's just as simple as that. So I would tell people, try not to get yourself scammed. And to do that would mean that you should not fall for all of these people that come with a key dangling and telling you they're going to give you this, they're going to give you that, and then they show you the item they're going to give you, and you get desperate because that's what you need, right? Because they've asked you what you need and you've told them what you need, so they've given you what you need and you're paying for what you need at whatever cost. That's the problem. It shouldn't be at whatever cost. When we say value your Pi, it's something that you need to take for the rest of your life. Value your Pi. Do you know what I mean? Let me see. Ray, I sent you I sent messages to you regarding what my team is building up. Afro again. In North Carolina to find a slot for every trophy awards we give. It will be an investment in Pi trophy. Oh, okay. Where did you send it? Where did you send it? Where did you send it? Send it somewhere. Let me see. Yeah. Send it to my DM it to me on Twitter. If not Twitter, then DM it to me on Telegram. Any idea what number our engaged users are now? No, it's more than 50 million. Unofficially, more than 50 million. All right. So let me go to the next one. So the next one is expectations of pioneers on Pi today. Now, tell me what your expectations on Pi today are. Tell me, because I want to know when your expectations, what your expectations are on Pi today. Because I put a poll out there, right? 2 polls, same thing, on Twitter and on Facebook. So this is the Twitter results, right? So the Twitter results is this: how many people voted? Let me remove the ticker. So if I remove the ticker, it says 208 people voted, right? 208 people. And out of the 208, 40%. So 40% would mean what? 40. So if you're doing, so that would be 80. So about 82 people. So 82 out of that said they obviously would want Open Mainnet announcement. So they would want them to announce that that day is Open Mainnet. So 40%, this on Twitter. And 36% said Open Mainnet date announcement. So it will not be like Open Mainnet announcement, but they'll announce the date of Open Mainnet on Pi today. And then somebody said something else. It could be anything. It could be anything. Something else. 13% said nothing at all. So 11 said something else. 13% said nothing at all. Now this is that one. Now let's go to, look at how different the YouTube one is. Yeah, YouTube, at the time I screenshot this, 435 people had voted. It was a later poll, but 435 people had voted. And 50%, which means about 217 people or 18 people, depending, said that they want Open Mainnet. So that day should be Open Mainnet. And these are the YouTube ones. 31%, which would mean about 60 something people, saying that they want Open Mainnet date announced. 11%, 6% said something else, and then nothing else is 14%. Now this is interesting. This is interesting because look at that. See, 40%, 36%, 50%, 31%. Now the significant thing is when you add them, here you get 76%. So no matter what, 76% of pioneers on Twitter, the 208, want Open Mainnet or something related to Open Mainnet. On YouTube, 81% want something about Open Mainnet. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. And that's why I like these sort of stats. So it's close. It's close. Approximately 80% want something about Open Mainnet said on Pi today. Interesting, really interesting. Now the question is, what would you want? The question is, what would you want? Tell me what you would want, and I would read it right now. So let me go through it and see what people are saying. So G Fields is saying Open Mainnet. MET is saying I'm expecting mainnet migration that day, and also announcement about the open network date, so that pioneers can fully be rest assured that is confirmed date directly from the Pi core team. Now that's interesting. That is interesting. I like that one. Let's see what other people are saying. This is important. Let me see. Florida here. Let's collaborate. Oh, okay. So that's different. Pi core team also have utility platform on Pi day. Okay. So on Pi today, I want tentatively approved KYC approved an announcement of Open Mainnet date. Yeah, that's a lot, but it can happen. You never know. It can happen. Randall says, I put nothing at all, no expectations, but they may announce mass KYC. I thought they did announce mass KYC in some capacity, of course, KYC for all, as they called it. Last year, for Pi 2 Day was an art contest. No, last year, Pi 2 Day was mainnet migration, because I remember it vividly. I was doing live when it happened. So it was mainnet migration. That is what happened. You can go back. The evidence is there. Let's see. Let's see what somebody said. Lucic here, Ivan Lucic here said, I expect Open Mainnet date announcement or Open Mainnet period announcement, like a September to December. Yeah, that's a good one. That could happen. You never know. That could happen. I would like to hear positive announcement. So that's this one. Yeah. So listen, on that day, listen, I'm hoping to get something, but once I get it before then, I'll let you know. We still have what's today's day? 16th. We still have 12 days to go. I'll definitely do a live show leading up to that, and then on that day, so I'll have countdown shows and so on. I'll probably do 2 countdown shows. I'll not do a lot, and then because Open Mainnet falls on a Wednesday, so the first countdown show will be on Monday, and then Tuesday, and then Wednesday I'll do the open. That's Open Pi 2 Day. Pi 2 Day falls on. Please don't clip this. Pi 2 Day falls on a it falls on a Wednesday. So I would do the countdown show on Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday we would have our Pi 2 Day show, where we'll be live as usual from 8:15 p.m. BST, British Standard Time, and we'll do a show and hope that while we're doing the show something happens. It happens mostly when I'm doing my shows, so we would see. Let's see. What have you lost? Global companies take more than 5 years to teach full growth. Yeah, so yeah, interesting. Anyway, listen, guys, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna put in I'm gonna talk about this, and then so obviously Open Mainnet announcement explained. Let me just talk about that as well. So you know what? People don't understand the video I released a few days ago when I was talking about. I think in the video I said on Pi 2 Day. Now this I've been reliably informed that the core team could announce the Open Mainnet date. Remember that they're not going to announce. Now this is what I've been told, of course, and I go by what I've been told because it's reliable and I trust that source, and nobody tells their source, otherwise they don't get any information. That's just fact, right? And I'm lucky to have had that. I am lucky. Some people don't believe I have, and I don't care. That's the thing. I don't care whether you believe me or not. A lot of people even have conversations with me. I know they don't believe me, but I don't care, because at the end of the day, I run a YouTube channel, and if there is falsehood, why would I come here and tell you, knowing that the backlash is going to be immense? Do you know what I mean? So you either take my word for it or don't take my word for it. It's up to you. But I can tell you here and now, yeah, my source is very reliable and it will keep going. And obviously, I was reliably informed that the core team are definitely planning to announce something in relation to Open Mainnet, but it will not be that Open Mainnet begins on that day. Do you understand me? So this is clear. There is no ambiguity about it. Everything is clear. There will not be Open Mainnet on that day. A lot of people are just tweeting what they don't know because they want follow, they want clout, they want to be the first and all of that. I've seen this with the Man United takeover. I've seen it, and I realized that I will follow what I'm doing to make sure that it's not about being right. It's about being truthful, being factual. Do you know what I mean? And being factual means you tell people the truth and you don't just tell people things that you think they want to hear. Do you know what I mean? So I can tell you here and now, take it or leave it, Open Mainnet will not be on June 28th, but on that day, the core team are planning to announce something in relation to it. So they might touch on it, they might talk about it, but they will not announce that day Open Mainnet begins. No, our ecosystem is not ready. A lot of people can't even get KYC'd. So that's not going to happen. Do you understand? That's not going to happen. Let me drink some water. So if you're watching, I need you to know that the Open Mainnet is not going to happen. So I've explained that. I think it's clear enough. If you're here and you do understand, then please, props to you. If you don't understand, ask questions. Ask questions. Okay. Then and don't forget, nobody has actually talked about my birthday anyway, but I said on Sunday it's my birthday, so I'm not going to go live. You can see I'm wearing Tupac, and Tupac's birthday is today. So yeah, we're both June borns. He's June 16th, I'm June 18th, and I love Tupac songs so much. So yeah, I listen to him a lot, from time to time. But that's that. Now let's talk about Pi Network facing fraud allegations. This is it. Pi Network facing fraud allegations. So I need you to get your seatbelt strapped if you're in your car. If you're home, relax in your seat wherever you are. If you're in bed, lay down, calm, chill, and listen to this. Okay? Listen to this. So I'm going to share something with you. Let me go back. Go back. Yes. So it's here. All right. So my dear friend, uchope.stats, who is at UC underscore UC. Funny, very funny name. He works for, he's a DeFi writer and journalist at BSC News, a project manager, web developer, market manager, and obviously, yes. So that's what his credentials are. Now, today I was going through, I just got this prompt, so I looked at it and I said, okay, cool. Let me now take a look at this and see what's happening. So I took a look, read it, and I said, that's interesting. Let me put this. Yeah, Shish, I remember you were KYC'd on my birthday. Absolutely. You're supposed to give me a lot of super chats, Ashish. On my birthday, you were KYC'd. My goodness. That's just something else. Ashish is one of the originals, So let me tell you this. So let me just share the screen and show you something. All right. Let me share the screen and show you something. So share the screen. Where is it? All right. So I'm going to share the screen and then you're going to see. Right. Okay. Let's go back to my screen. Let me see how you're seeing it. All right. So this is how you're seeing it. Let me remove the background that is there because that background is absolutely wrong. It's not supposed to be there yet. The background is not supposed to. Let me put this one. Yes, this is the background. All right. So, should I do this one? Yeah, maybe I should. Nah, I'll do this one. Yeah, that's better. All right. So, look on your screens, people. Look on your screens. Look on your screens. So, all right. So this is what he said. If we're reading here, right? I'm reading here, right? I'm reading here. So it's a Pi-Core team or Pi Network, or the Pi-Core team, has been facing fraud allegations recently, with critics pointing to its ad revenue generation whilst pioneers surf the app. First of all, point of correction there. When it comes to the app, you can turn off that ad. So you can turn off the ad, and if you turn it off, I'll show you how it looks like once I finish. So when you turn it off, you know how it looks like. But if you turn it on, you help with the funding as well. However, what does the future lie for the mobile mining blockchain? P.S. This thread isn't negative or biased, but an honest take. Yes, it's an honest take, and I respect that. All right. So he went on a thread and said, critics argue that the Pi app is highly profitable, generating billions of dollars daily through in-app. No, not billions. Come on, it's millions, not billions. Billions. Come on, man. Don't say that it's millions. I hope it's a typo. It doesn't generate billions of dollars. This raises concerns about the sustainability and legitimacy of Pi. It's not even millions. It's tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. All right. However, amidst the skepticism, there are community members and supporters who remain hopeful for Pi Network's future. They hold on to the belief that let me just highlight it. They hold on to the belief that Pi Network has the potential for a successful Open Mainnet launch and subsequent value appreciation of the Pi currency. And then the thread went on to say, the Open Mainnet launch is a pivotal moment for Pi Network. It signifies the transition from a testnet phase to a fully functional and decentralized network. And it also went on to say, if Pi Network can achieve this goal, it would bring the project one step closer to becoming a reality. So, furthermore, it says the hope surrounding Pi Network's Open Mainnet launch stems from the possibility of its mobile mining blockchain becoming a reality. This would enable users to mine Pi coins using their mobile devices and potentially gain value from their participation. All of us know that. Okay, so while fraud allegation casts a shadow on Pi Network, the hope and optimism for an Open Mainnet launch keep pioneers engaged. The future of Pi Network relies on its ability to address these concerns and demonstrate transparency. We can only allow time to be the judge as the ambitious project unfolds. Quick question: is Open Mainnet realistic? And of course, if you want to see a lot more about Pi Network, go to BSC News and they talk about all these things. So listen, interesting stuff, interesting. And I personally, I'm more of an optimistic person. Do you know what I mean? And being optimistic and being knowing what I know. Now that's the thing. When you're not in the know, I'm not saying this person is not in the know, because me and him have chatted and the conversation remains between him and I. So I'm not gonna disclose anything we talked about. And if he's here, he will come here. If he's here and watching, he said if he had time, he would have come here live and just had a conversation with us. But I suppose he's not here at the moment. So if he's not, listen, I may have him one of these days and we'll have a conversation about that. But yeah, that's interesting to know that, it was posted out there that Pi Network is facing fraud allegations. Again, it's allegations. I don't think it's fraud. I think it's a way of trying to raise capital to keep Pi Network going. Because how else are they going to raise capital? Yeah, of course, they've got a few contributors here and there, a few donors here and there. But how much can they donate sustainably? So they have to self-generate. And to self-generate means, creative stuff like the ad, and the ad tab is there. If you want to turn it off, you turn it off. If you turn it off, this is how it's going to look like. Let me show you. I actually had to screenshot that just to show you. It might cut part of me, but you'll see it. So there it is. You can see me there, right? Yeah, I'm there. So read that. Where's my hand? Read that. Yeah, read that. Read that. All right. So you can see it there. I intentionally turned it off, but I turned it back on. But if you turn it off, this is how it looks like. Now, ads have been disabled for 2 weeks. Help cover the server and maintenance costs associated with your account by having ads. So that's it. You're just helping it. If you don't do that, then unfortunately, when they're not able to do your KYCs and all of that, don't complain, because then they can't pay for the service. Unfortunately, you pay for service. Do you know what I mean? And it's millions and millions of service. So serving a lot of people, So again, the line here is help cover the server and maintenance costs associated with your account by having ads. That's the main line here. So if you could do that, maybe that would help. Do you know what I mean? That would help. We shouldn't be lambasting or giving them too much flack. We should allow them be. In English we say allow it. Allow it. So just it's a slang in England. But yeah, we should allow it. Do you know what I mean? And let them do their thing, because at the end of the day, listen, I have my thing here. Ladder of success. Ladder of success. You are more effective and less stable. So if you're jumping hoops to get to the top, when you drop, there's a lot of injuries. When you get down, you're hurt. You can't even climb again. The more effective ones, you go step by step by step. Lucky breaks on the right hand side. We don't want lucky breaks. We want consistent habits. Do you know what I mean? Consistent habits. And this is so important. So take this ladder of success, which I released a while ago, take it and let it be with you. You realize that that's exactly how the core team are implementing this whole project. They're using the ladder of success, even though it's not that per se. But when you're patient, you're using the left one. When you're impatient, you use the right one. Do you know what I mean? So, it's up to you. It's up to you, my friends. It's up to you. You can phone in now if you want. I'm going to share the link, of course. I'm going to share the link. Let me share it. Yep, so that's the link. If you want to join, that's the link. I'm pinning it. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the subscriber button. Let's get to 100 likes with ease. Ease, ease, ease. Let's get to 100 likes. Ease. All of you, smash that like button, guys. Let me check. Let me check to see how many likes we've got. Let me see. Oh no, that's bad. 72 likes. That's not good. Guys, smash that like button, please. Let's get to 100 likes easily. Easily. Without even forcing the issue. Let's get to 100 likes with ease. All right, please. Let's get there. The algorithm is not our friend. The algorithm is not our friend. So we need to make sure we kick it in the butt. Do you know what I mean? We kick the algorithm in the butt. So let me see. I think somebody is on. Let me just put my headset on my ears. Let me just go there. Oh no, somebody's not on. All right. Yes. So let me read your comments, and then if you want to phone in, you can phone in and ask your questions. Who's here? Raj Kumar here saying, I think the core team is wanted to delay the KYC so that they can stretch the date of Open Mainnet so that they can launch Open Mainnet at the right time and at the right situation. You never know. You never know. People wishing me happy birthday. Happy birthday Sunday, but thank you so much. Susan and who else? Sandra and Joseph. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Let's see. Please, Mr. Ray, will your countdown be more than 90 days? I'm not gonna tell you yet. But the count no, I'm saying countdown to Pi 2 day, not countdown to Open Mainnet. Countdown to Open Mainnet will be after Pi 2 day. That's when I'm gonna do the countdown to. Guys, smash the like button. Don't forget, smash the like button. All right, smash it, smash it, smash the like button. Let's see what's the quality. All right, yeah, smash the like button. All right. Okay. Yep. Let's see. Ojo here said the allegation is nothing new. Yeah, it's nothing new to be honest. And I think it's obvious Pi is approaching mainnet and they want to cast pebbles to discredit the project again. Yeah, some people don't actually like the Pi project because again, when something is a threat, you just don't like it. So and that's the thing, isn't it? When it's a threat, people just hate it. They'll be like, oh, this is gonna disrupt what we're doing. We don't want disruptors. We just want steady Eddie. That's what we want. And when something is disruptive like Pi is gonna become, a lot of people don't like it. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people don't like it. How can they sue when it doesn't cost anything? And that's the point, isn't it? That's the point. Where is the suing coming from? I don't get it. Gabriel obviously watching the Waze is here late, of course. Damilola here say happy birthday to you, the real main influencer. More good year to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. So clearly, listen, really love everything we've done so far. And let me tell you this. Me personally, Pi Core team is facing no allegations. If they're facing it, cool. But what allegations are those? Minimal amount of people, not a lot. So I am not worried about that, to be honest. I will not have sleepless nights whatsoever. Never am I going to have sleepless nights over that. I am rather thinking ahead. And thinking ahead means I don't get worried about what somebody else is saying with respect to Pi Network. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, guys, listen, it's been great. Really love everything we've done. Yeah, just enjoy yourselves, guys. Enjoy yourselves. The name is Ray. Channel is Ray's United. What is Peace. Love you all.